All right, guys. Earlier today, the Dallas Mavericks lost game one of the series against the Utah Jazz, and that's how I'd feel if I were a Utah Jazz fan right there, because that was embarrassing today. That was. I obviously I wanted the Mavs to win, but following the game, I actually feel better than I did going into the series. Why? If Luka misses 2 games, the Mavs can easily win game 2. Easily. I want you guys to understand something. Maybe if you didn't watch the game or you're feeling down. You know, I've seen a lot of Mavs fans like, no moral victories in the playoffs. Yeah, obviously, man. Obviously, we're not jumping up and down. Woo, we lost. Woo. Obviously, we're not doing that, right? But there are some things that you should be okay with. The Mavs lost by 6. They had a very, very good chance to win this game. In fact, Maxi Kleber took a corner 3 with like a minute left, down 1, with a chance to put the Mavs up 2. Reggie Bullock took a wide open 3 with down 4 with 30 seconds left, a chance to make it a 1-point game, a very winnable game. Both of those shots missed. In fact, you shot like shit. 28% from 3, 38% from the field. You had Jalen Brunson did not play well in this game. Dinwiddie was terrible in this game. 10 of 16 from the free throw line. Huge missed free throws. You got out-rebounded by nearly 20. And guess what? You almost won the game. You almost won the game. If you needed any further proof of how devastating Luka's injury was, here you go. Here it is for you. On a silver platter right here, this box score. If Luka didn't get hurt, I still would have picked the Mavs in 6 just because they haven't won a playoff series in 10 years, so it would have been disrespectful to do anything less than that. But a healthy Luka against this Jazz team, I don't know if it might have been 5. It really might have been 5. This Jazz team is not very good, man. They just aren't. And I have to say, Rudy Gobert dominated tonight. He did, or today, I guess. I know he only had 5 points, but 17 rebounds. He didn't make a single field goal. He only took 1 shot. The Jazz offense is hilarious, man. Like Donovan, I didn't even realize Donovan Mitchell had 30. Or I guess I forgot Donovan Mitchell had 32 points until I just looked at this just now. 32 points. That's the fakest 32 points I've ever seen. He had a good third quarter, but Donovan Mitchell did not have a good game. And this team is just hilarious, man. It just is. Like, Bojan was hard carrying the team in the first half and then had like 1 shot in the third quarter. The Mavs can definitely win game 2. And if Luka comes back and is ready to go on Thursday for game 3 in a best-of-5 series, I feel very, very good about the Mavs' chances to win this series. Very, very, very good. After what I saw today. And again, it wasn't necessarily like great things from the Mavs. It was more so things from the Jazz. Like, it was just mainly stuff from Utah that I'm like, okay, I think the Mavs can definitely win this series. For sure. Even if Luka misses some time. Brunson has to play better. No 2 ways around it. If Luka's going to miss more games than this, Brunson is going to have to play better. Dinwiddie is going to have to play better. Right? I thought Dorian played well. Reggie had some very, very big shots in this game. Here's an and 1 right here in transition. Big moment in the game. Here's a 3 right here from Reggie. I thought he played pretty well. Again, missed a really big 3 towards the end of the game. That would have made it a 1-point game, but he had some big shots before that. And same with Maxi. You know, I said Maxi missed a 3 that would have gave the Mavs the lead, but he also hit a 3 before that to make it a 1-point game. So, you know, Maxi had some big shots in this one. I think he had 7 points. 7 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter, I believe. So you have to give credit where credit is due there to Maxi. And Josh Green, oh man, he was really bad, guys. He was really, really bad. Like, he was unplayable out there. And I will say, kids got to make an adjustment because he had rotations where Green and Kleber were both on the floor at the same time, and the Jazz were not respecting either of those 2 guys. So you'd basically be playing 3-on-5 on offense because the Jazz were literally just leaving Josh Green and Maxi Kleber alone, like by themselves, just completely sagging off on them. So kid's gonna have to game plan a little bit more. You're gonna have to go at Gobert at some point. I know that he had, 3 blocks? It felt like more than that. He had to contest at least. He had to alter at least 10 shots at the rim today. He was legitimately the best player on the court by a lot today because of his defensive ability down low and how he altered shots. But you have to go at him in a smart way. There were possessions where Dinwiddie was just throwing up some bullshit, but you have to attack because they're not respecting any of the shooters, really. They're not respecting Maxey. They're not going to respect Josh Green. You're going to have to figure out some way to get to the rim and attack, even with Rudy Gobert down there. So the sky's not falling for me. Again, I think if after this game, I feel confident the Mavs can win this series as long as Luka comes back at some point. You can't win without him. You cannot win without him. I think that's obvious. You just can't. I saw a lot of Mavs fans, get upset that people were calling the Mavs without Luka a lottery team. They would be a lottery team, man. This would not be a playoff team without Luka. That's not some unpopular opinion. Yes, do other Mavs fans do a lot of Mavs fans underrate the supporting cast in an effort to like prop up Luka? For sure, 100%. And I feel like I've been guilty of that maybe in the past as well. But this wouldn't be a playoff team, guys. It just wouldn't. But I think they could still win a game in the series without Luka, and that's all you need in Game 2. If Luka's going to come back in Game 3, hopefully Luka comes back in Game 2. I mean, we don't really know yet. But I mean, then when he hits his free throws, this is a completely different game. We shoot better from 3. I mean, 28% is terrible. This is a different game. You grab a few more rebounds. We're going to get out-rebounded all series. That's really not going to change when Luka comes back. I want you guys to prepare for that. But, we knock down a few more threes. We make some free throws. I mean, this is a completely different game. A completely different game. A few more iffy calls go our way. This is a completely different game. Completely different. So I know no moral victories in the postseason, but after what we saw today, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling okay with our chances as long as Luka comes back and is close to 100%. That's the big if. All right, let's talk about some of these other games here really quickly. Minnesota and Memphis. This was the only other good game today, and God, the Timberwolves might be able to win this series, guys. This was something I was very concerned about for the Grizzlies. Right, this is the big concern for the Grizzlies. They're great. They're a great transition team. They're just a really good team in general. You slow this game down. I know this game was very fast paced, right? But it got to a point in the fourth quarter where the game did slow down, and the Grizzlies' offense was bad. It was really bad. The Grizzlies' entire offense was Ja Morant sprint to the paint, go up against 3 guys at the rim, and just hope for the best. And I mean, Ja's great at that. Don't get me wrong. He had some really, really nice drives and finishes today, but towards the end of the game, it was ugly. And I think he had like 1 field goal after. What was it, like halfway through the first quarter or something like that? Halfway through the second quarter? It got kind of ugly out there. But you got to give a lot of credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Anthony Edwards. This guy is absolutely built for the moment. Oh my God, this guy is built for the moment. It's unbelievable what he does on a nightly basis, man. Just draining threes. Look at this. Ooh, look at that move. He is nice, man. He is nice. Here's right here. Oh. Just going to pull up, step back, fade, hit. He is built for this moment. And I want to give some credit to Pat Bev, too, because offensively, he's been really good this year. Like, legitimately. He's never been, like, a horrible offensive player. But it feels like this year, and especially recently, like in the play-in game and tonight, he was really big for them offensively, finding guys and, hitting shots when he had to. So shout out to him. And then Karl Anthony Towns, too. Cat had a terrible play-in game, no doubt about it, but he was absolutely disgusting tonight. Oh my God, this poster on Jaren Jackson, who by the way looked like he was potentially going to set a single game postseason record for blocks. I think he ended with 8, something like that, something absurd. And the only reason he probably didn't was because he had foul trouble. But my Lord, that dunk was disgusting. That dunk was disgusting. But again, shout out to Jaren Jackson because he was blocking shots, swatting shit away at the rim. But yeah, towards the end of the game, the offense for the Grizzlies just got so ugly. And it felt like Anthony Edwards was taking over the game for the Timberwolves, just hitting tough shots and getting his shots, creating his own shots. It just felt like the Grizzlies could not do that. And they're going to have to fix that. They're going to have to fix that in Game 2, and that's something that's been a concern for them. Their half-court numbers are not good. Their half-court offense has not been good this year. So they're going to have to fix that moving forward if they don't want to fuck around and lose. I mean, the Timberwolves have home court advantage now. So Grizzlies are going to have to come out Game 2 ready to go because now all the pressure's on them, right? The Timberwolves, they already did their job. They already took Game 1 on the road. They did their job. They stole home court advantage. Now it's up to the Grizz to take care of business in Game 2, or else they're in deep danger. They are in deep danger if they lose on Monday. Is that when the next game is? Monday? Man, shout out to Anthony Edwards. That was fantastic. Anyone else I want to shout out in this game? I shout out Pat Bevs, Cat. D'Angelo Russell only had 10 points, but he had a huge 3. He had a huge 3 there towards the end of the game. And then you had off the bench, Malik Beasley was hitting shots, doing good things for you. Desmond Bane has to be better, 6 of 15. He absolutely has to be better. Jaren Jackson's offensive day was terrible, but like I said, 7 blocks. And Dillon Brooks, I know his numbers look good, but there are times where you watch Dillon Brooks and you're just like, man, that did not feel like a good possession. That just did not feel like a good possession. So hopefully we see them come out. Oh, shout out to Brandon Clark off the bench too. He's really good. So hopefully the Grizzlies come out in Game 2 ready to go, or else they're in danger. They really are. Toronto and Philly. I picked Toronto in 7, and I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned about my selection. Listen, the reason why I picked the Raptors was because Doc Rivers, Nick Nurse, that's a huge disparity coaching-wise, right? But I'm not going to lose faith just yet. I want to give Doc a shout-out, man. He didn't play DeAndre Jordan. He did not play DeAndre Jordan in this game. That was one thing I was worried about. He actually gave Paul Reed minutes off the bench. And, but, you know, the thing is over the course of a 7-game series, I trust Nick Nurse to make the adjustments necessary. And I'm still not going to lose faith in the Raptors, okay? Still not going to lose faith. Gary Trent was horrible tonight. He was just flat out awful. The big thing is now, Scotty Barnes. What's the deal with his injury? Is he going to have to miss the rest of the series? That's why I saw some people on Twitter sort of speculating that he might actually have to miss the entirety of the series. And if that's the case, because he looked really great, man. He was having a really, really good postseason debut. If he has to miss the rest of the series, that is tragic. Tyrese Maxey. In my prediction video, I said the reason why I'm really concerned for the Raptors, even though I picked them, is if Tyrese Maxey comes out and does Tyrese Maxey things, I don't know if the Raptors have what it takes offensively to keep up. Obviously, he's not going to average 38 points over the course of the series, but he's more than capable of having offensive performances like this. And if he does that, you already know what you're going to get from Embiid, even though, you know, it was a relatively quiet night for him. But you already know what you're going to get from Embiid. Harden was pretty solid tonight, all things considered. 14 assists, 1 turnover. That's great. He was finding guys, some really nice passes from Harden. If Maxey's giving you this, I just don't know if the Raptors have what it takes offensively. We're going to see. I trust Nick Nurse's ability to make the game-to-game adjustments in a 7-game series, but a little bit worried about Scotty Barnes. And then we have the final game here, Denver and Golden State. It's kind of a stinker of a game. Jordan Poole went off. I think he had the most threes ever for a Golden State Warrior in his postseason debut. So shout out to Jordan Poole. He was fantastic tonight. I mean, if Jordan Poole's knocking down shots like this, this is a tough team to beat. This is a tough team to beat. When he's hot, he is scorching hot. He's an up and down player, but when he is hot, he is scorching. Absolutely scorching. Obviously, you see Steph came off the bench. They're kind of easing him back in after an injury. I think that, you know, they kind of feel like they're going to take care of business in the series against the Nuggets, and you can see why, man. Jokic is out there by himself. He just really is. He really is. I know Jokic did not have that great of a game tonight for Jokic standards, but this is what I was saying in the preview, man. The others, I just don't see it with them. You know, I just don't. So I'm hoping that the Nuggets can take one in this series. When you have a guy like Jokic, I think you will at least win one game. But I just don't see this series being that competitive, unfortunately. So that was today's slate of games, 4 games. I streamed 3.5. I streamed 3.5 games. Stopped at the end because I was just too fucking tired. But make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'll be streaming the games tomorrow. We have a full slate of games tomorrow as well. The Mavericks play again on Monday, 7:30 p.m. We'll know Luka's fate. I mean, we'll know whether or not Luka's going to play probably tomorrow, I would have to say. Probably tomorrow. 2 good games today, 2 stinkers. Hopefully we get some good games tomorrow. And there are some teams that are in trouble, man. The Nuggets, the Raptors did not look good for those teams. It just didn't.